So this is what my last few camping trips I've taken with me. This is not including temperature specific clothes like when we had 34 degrees Celsius, which is like high 80s Fahrenheit. This is the sleeping gear, the backpack, just the camping gear. No food, no clothes, no water, no nothing. Because most of the time. What we start with is the ILBE. It's actually pretty comfortable considering the amount of weight I throw into it. It's pretty good. I rather enjoy it. Picked it up at a surplus store up in Saskatoon. I like it. I just added an extra little button compass to it. And it's all strapped in. To go with that is the little brain where I throw the stuff along the bottom here, which I'll show pretty quick. But yeah, just plain and simple. Big backpack, 70 liters I do believe. So what we have, what goes in the brain, is pretty much the mosquito repellent thing. Just makes a noise. You have to have a doohickey in there. There's just a little pad that you put in there with some, just like that. Works pretty good. I've got a bunch of refills for this thing. It's not bad. Goes in the brain. 2 Lucy lights with beaners. If you haven't seen these online, they're just a little solar light and then blinks. Cheap, useful. I hang them from the ridgeline of the hammock at night. Pretty good stuff. Cord. This is backup ridgeline for the tarp, which is a DD tarp, which I'll show later. Just a beaner on there, and then I just knot the other end. Pegs. I like these. This is all the same. This is pretty much what I had with me when I took the video at Rowan's Ravines. You know, these were holding the tarp down. You know, they're just a little triplex peg. Yeah, they slide in pretty good. Use the cord to yank them out with. This is actually all the hardware for the Dutchware Chameleon that I have. So you've got the Dyneema straps with the beetle buckle and the Dutch beaner. So if it holds my fat ass up, it's pretty strong. We'll get that in there. Yep, there you go. So that's 2. This is what I carry only. This has, I don't carry the old lady stuff. This is the yellow top cover for the, I like yellow. And the baggie. That's pretty much it for that. That all goes into the brain with, this is one of those knockoff military ponchos. This was badly done. I think I purchased it at Cabela's. It was cheap. I have to go back through and seam seal a bit of it. Also, unlike the real good ones, there's no grommets at the corners. So I've taken rocks. I don't know if you can see where I've just taken a rock and then pinched it around and then taken some twine. Just used it to hold it out. So that's all that. Next we have the spreader bar for the Dutchware. They go in the holes for the chameleon, no, for the beetle buckle. So when you have it strung up, you just slide that sucker in there. And then the other hammock's on the other side of this monstrosity. And you can hang side by side with it. It's pretty good. This just goes down the side of the bag. when I'm done packing this up, I'll give you a view of that. Camp shoes, Crocs. Shower shoes as well. These are beautiful. These are probably over 10 years old by now. Oh no, maybe just 10 years old. But I like the grip on them. Little holes, but they've been through a lot of camping trips. They're good. They're also great shoes to kick the dog out for her morning poop, even during the winter. And we got winter here. Next up, this is my sleeping clothes bag. Strictly and this is 3 season. I'm not sure. This might work for winter. I sleep warm. So the ubiquitous Hammock for in the hammock with me. This is the fleece lined tube. See? Just goes all the way through. This one will be like my sleeping hat. This is an unlined one that just goes over my face. Yeah, from that company. Some Under Armour compression, sweat wicking, that type of stuff. Base layer, another piece of Under Armour. This is the, and it fits, but it's very nice. It's very light, very soft. Color, I'm not such a big fan of, but oh well. This is all sleeping gear or camp gear. 2 pairs of socks. One is from, I'm not sure if you can see it, but PV Mart is this up in Canada. I don't think it's down south, but they're almost like a Harbor Freight, but for farmers. So a pair of those, and then just another pair of wool socks, really thick, really high pile inside. Then just a really light, thin Reebok fleece. It's not very heavy at all. It's very sleeping gear, right? And these pants are crazy warm. I'm smaller on the bottom than on top. I'm all like ass and stuff like that. But crazy warm. Sleeping gear. Great stuff. Actually, during summer, I don't even wear the fleece. I just end up probably wearing the compression stuff. And all into a 13-liter sack. North 49, I like the company. They're also the guys who make world famous gear. Both my haversacks are world famous. At least it's cheap and cheerful. Does what I need it to. That's all that matters. Next up, now, for the last little bit, I was almost thinking of going all like bushcrafter-y stuff like that. So this is just a wool blanket. And this one is world famous brand yet again. Let's see if I can find the tag. There you go. So, and 70% wool. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I've enjoyed it. It's big. I'm not going to unfold it all the way, but take my word for it, it's wool. And yet another. Why don't we fix that? Actually, we'll go up here anyways. And another cheap outdoor. I don't even know if the company's logo's on here. Oh yeah, there's the logo. This came in a 3-pack. So the little blue bag that I had, the Dutchware hammock gear, the hanging gear, small, medium. Pretty good. Next up is, so this is the Dutchware hammock. You've seen it in another video. I'm not going to pull it out. I've got the bug net in there and the triangles, the peak shelf. So it looks pretty good. So, North 49 again. This is a 8-liter compression bag. What I've got in here is a 4x4 DD Hammock tarp. And the nice thing is that the little pocket here holds all my gear, my Dyneema Ridgeline, which is my primary, with 2 prusik knots to hold the Ridgeline. I run my Ridgeline under my tarp. I just find it better than trying to run all the stuff through the top. And it also leaves 2 of the tie-out loops so I can bridge it out. Also in here, okay, these are Night Eyes strapping things, and they're rubber, like rubber, and they work pretty good. I use these a lot. It's pretty nice. That's that. Trekking poles. These are a house brand for, I think, a shop called Atmosphere, which is owned by Canadian Tire, but they're aluminum, they're flick lock, not the twist lock type. They do have the little feet on there and the carbide tips, which is kind of nice. These guys. Next up, One Tigress 3-season underquilt. I do have a heavier, bigger one. You've seen that. You've seen this in the videos previously. Works pretty good. I'll quit saying I'll try. So I've used it. I saw it on Prepared Mind 101. Thought, okay, it looks cool. And then so I went for it. Yeah, it's been beat up a bit. And 2 new additions to the gear. This was a Kickstarter. This company, Go Outfitters, they had a Kickstarter a while back for an underquilt. Didn't feel the underquilt, it didn't appeal to me, but then they came up with a top quilt, and I paid the Kickstarter to get a pillow that has gear, because I haven't used this yet, this just showed up. But there's a beaner in here and some cables that you can to the top of the hammock, so it just hangs there so you can lie on it. And then their top quilt. I may as well pull it out. This one I will, because I haven't. I've pulled it out once. It's pretty funky. But it was fairly inexpensive compared to other things. Little compression sack it came with. And out it came. So this one has a foot box at the bottom. So it's just like a little sack. And you can cinch her up. And your feet go in there. Up at the top, it has the same little tightening mechanism, but you can make it into almost a mummy bag style, and then tighten those right up. That was all good. And it tightens around your neck, and then it's open at the bottom. It's a quilt, not a sleeping bag. Well, that's it for that. I will be back once I have it all packed up. So this is the bag, everything in it. Most of the compression bags aren't compressed, so there's lots of room in there. If I need to, there's room in the brain. You know, you've always got the molly straps. That's it. That's usually what I take camping. So, yeah. Have a good day. Don't freeze to death. Don't roast to death.